Today we're going to talk about the Oklahoma offensive depth chart, way too early look, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today we're going to take a way too early look at the Oklahoma offensive depth chart. But first, yo man, I got this radio show, terrestrial radio, Fight Me with RJ Young, presented by American Putter Company. And it's awesome. It's going to be awesome. Going to have so much fun. I got the church slot, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., which what I'm saying is bring your earbuds to church. And we're going to do some giveaways because the folks at American Putter Company are straight giving stuff away like they are right now. This is not a sponsored video. I just want to mention them because, hey man, they're the presenting sponsor of my show, and that's huge. I'm talking to a lot of other folks about, getting involved. The folks at fanstop.com, who are really big adopters and early adopters of the channel, are also getting involved. Very excited about it. Also, we're going to be doing giveaways where you can get stuff like this very cool putter head cover, driver head covers, that kind of stuff. Now, let's talk about this offensive depth chart. We know what it is at quarterback. Jalen Hurts is the projected starter because if he's not the projected starter, Lincoln has done this all wrong and sent Austin Kendall to West Virginia for no reason at all. That said, I know the Tanner Mordecai truthers believe that he's going to get pushed by Tanner Mordecai. I don't see it, but we'll wait and see because, it's January. You got spring ball, you got summer, and then you got preseason ball, and then anything can happen during the season, but not anything does. Spencer Rattler joins up in June. I expect that kid to redshirt. He's amazing, and he will be amazing. But what it is right now is a two-horse race with Jalen Hurts way out in front. Then at running back, I know this is going to incense a lot of y'all, but Trey Sermon is the projected starter. Why is the projected starter? Because he's the projected starter for every game. Jay Boulware and Lincoln Riley kept putting him out there as the dude carrying the ball before Kennedy Brooks. Now, Kennedy Brooks is your leading rusher with over 1,000 yards rushing. Also was the only guy that stayed healthy for the entire season last year. And that's really the thing to take note of with this running back group is, everybody was talking about the running back depth chart to start the season. Then Rodney Anderson blows out his ACL. And throughout the season, everybody got injured but Brooks. So what you want is depth. Not so much interested in who the projected starter is as are all of these guys going to stay healthy. I'm talking about Trey Sermon. I'm talking about Kennedy Brooks. I'm talking about Ramondre Stevens. I'm talking about TJ Pledger. And I'm talking about Marcus Major. I think Marcus Major is going to try to redshirt that dude if at all possible. TJ Pledger is going to try to work him way up the depth chart. But Ramondre Stevens is bigger than any of these cats. I just don't expect a JUCO dude to be your projected starter. Could happen. Damian Williams. Hey, man. So we'll just wait and see on that. And then at wide receiver, we're loaded. Check it out. CeeDee Lamb on one side, Charleston Rambo on the other. Got your X and your Z guys. But behind them, Jaquelin Crawford. God, there's a Key and Peele joke in there with this dude. I want him to get on the field just so we can say more Jaquelin. But you also got Michael Jones out there, man. You also got Jalen Robinson. And then the 3 5-stars, Theo Wease, Trejan Bridges, and of course, Jadon Haselwood. All those guys are going to push for playing time. And it's not as if CD is just going to be the out-and-out alpha out there. I expect him to be that guy. I expect him to be positioned to be that guy. But you'll remember that A.D. Miller got some snaps at that CeeDee Lamb position before he decided to grad transfer to Illinois. So anything is on the table for these wide receivers, and I think they know that. It's going to be one of the more interesting storylines as we move through this offseason about how these kids develop, especially all being early enrollees, to where they end up in the spring game, where they end up preseason camp, where they end up when Oklahoma opens the season against Houston on August 31st. Now, tight end, Austin Stogner, right? I expect that dude to be third on the depth chart. Grant Calcaterra is going to be a starter. Lee Morris, co-starter, right? That has to be. That dude caught touchdowns like we haven't seen a tight end catch touchdowns in a very long time. That said, Grant Calcaterra is that dude. We'll see because Lee Morris lining up in the slot is a really, really good look, man. And we're really deep at tight end now that, you got Calcaterra, you got Lee Morris, and you got Austin Stogner, who knows how to not only catch passes, but is really physical at the point of contact. Really excited to see how that group develops. Fullback, Jeremiah Hall is your starter. Then Kobe Tillman, and then Braden Willis, perhaps. Braden Willis is really interesting because I know he's an H-back, fullback type, but he could also split out to play some tight end, and he is more of the smarter guys on this team, man. I really like Braden Willis as a football player. I'm not sure what position that he plays exactly. I'm also not really sure about where Dane Saltarelli fits in with all of this. IMG Academy that came on as preferred walk-on. You got depth there at both fullback and tight end. I'm really interested to see how this all shakes out because these dudes are going to have a lot to say about what the offense looks like in 2019. And now, offensive line, which is going to be the biggest storyline in 2019 because you lose 4 starters and a whole bunch of starts with those 4 starters. It ain't just like those dudes were all starting for the first time. Bobby Evans started like 28 straight games, started every game of the last 2 years at both tackle positions. Cody Ford is a projected first-round pick. You lost him. Drew Samia was the best offensive lineman in the country, and then Ben Powers, Walter Camp All-American. I'm just saying that Creed Humphrey is going to have to be your anchor at that center spot, only returning starter. It is his offensive line now, and that's a good thing because your center is responsible for so much, left-handed or not. But I really love Creed Humphrey because the more that I hear about that guy, the more he just seems to be the dude, man. I mean, Jerry Ostrowski and Austin Chadwick at Sports Animal, they just gush about what Creed Humphrey's able to do at the center position because they believe he plays the position like he is 40 years old. And he's going to have to because your projected starter at like right tackle, Eric Swinson, Bray Walker. Bray Walker is the dude with the most talent, but we'll see if he's ready. I hope he's ready. I'd love to see some Bray Walker. Also a kid that's from Oklahoma. I'd love to see an Oklahoma kid show out. So we'll see on that. At the other end, you're looking at Adrian Ely or Daryl Simpson. Adrian Ely would be a converted guard to tackle. And we know that Bill Bedenbaugh can do that because he did that with Cody Ford. Not really sure if Daryl Simpson is ready to go. But again, another guy that had a redshirt year and was an Army All-American. We'll see, right? You got options there. And by the way, I could easily see those being flip-flop. I could see Adrian Ely at right tackle. I see Bray Walker at left tackle. It could work. That guy, either one of those guys could be the Bobby Evans type, the Orlando Brown type that you're looking for. And then at the guard positions, throw it up in the air, and perhaps you end up with Marquise Hayes and Tyrese Robinson. But you got a couple of JUCO guys that you really trust, or I hope you trust, in Finley Felix, who's coming in with this 2019 group, and David Swaby, who redshirted last year. And Swaby is enormous. He's 6'9", and that kind of makes him better suited for tackle, but we'll see how well he moves on the inside. I just don't know that he's a guy that you want to move to the tackle. Could be. Bedenbaugh could do anything. Also, shout out to Bill Bedenbaugh, who went to the Metallica concert. Bill Bedenbaugh, man, getting it down with Enter Sandman. I like it. Spit out the bone, because that's exactly what that offensive line does. And then I got to mention backups to Creed Humphrey. You know who I think gets that job? EJ Ndoma Ogar. Instinctual dude, very, very smart, was at all these All-American invites and competitions and was pancaking folks. And if you listen to interviews that I've done with EJ in the past, you'll know that he fits the center kind of paradigm in that there's not a whole lot that you could talk to EJ about that he wouldn't know or get. And because that center spot has to be so smart and physical, I could see EJ being another iteration of Gabe Eicher. Just that dude that could be an All-American that you could depend on to be the center and could really benefit from learning from Creed Humphrey and adapting to that center position right away. So that's the offensive depth chart as I see it today, and I'm sure it's going to change throughout the spring and into the summer. I'm excited to see what this 2019 group looks like. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.